Yes, certainly had a pretty good win down at Coastal Carolina this past Saturday evening. And, from a team standpoint, we're very, very fortunate to come out of there with a win because we weren't really hitting on all cylinders offensively. Played poorly in the first half and had some special team blunders that put us in some bad situations. But it was great to see our defense rise to the occasion and really do a lot of good things. We saw some balls on the ground, them causing fumbles, just really rallying and keeping the offense of Coastal Carolina in check, and then allowing us to get on track offensively and sustain some drives and put some points on the board to get the win. But all in all, very proud of our football team and what they stand for and how they came out of there with the win on Saturday.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Stan Autry with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Please go ahead, Stan.
Hey, Shawn. Congratulations on the win.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm cooler than I was a week ago. Let me ask you about the offense. It's always a good thing. Let me ask you about the offensive line. You guys put up another great yardage number on the board over the weekend. Was there any indication before the season started that this offensive line was going to be able to help produce this kind of numbers and success?
Well, I think anytime you have a consistent group of offensive linemen that are coming back, and we had, 4 or 5 returning starters with one really new guy stepping in there and Travis Glover, you knew there was going to be, I think, a good group. I mean, a lot of experience along that line. We had had success running the football a year ago, so we felt like we would continue to improve during the course of the off-season into the summer and leading into it. To tell you the truth, I mean, yeah, you always have goals and things that are kind of in the back of your mind. But we really felt confident in our run game. And to tell you the truth, we felt confident in our running backs along with our offensive line. And then when you throw Dan Ellington into the mix, that helps tremendous.
Well, you had 3 guys with 100 last week, so that's very unusual.
It's very unusual, to tell you the truth. I didn't even realize it. I came off the field, and Allison George, she goes, we had not 2, but 3 100-yard rushers. And we have so many backs, I had to say, well, which ones, who were they? Trey, was it Destin Coates? Was it Seth Page? I knew it was Dan. And then she told me. But, yeah, that's a tremendous compliment of those guys as running backs, and then also to our offensive line. But, to tell you the truth, we didn't play very well up front as an offensive line on Saturday, especially in the first half. We came around in the second half and really started doing the things that we were accustomed of doing, but we didn't start out fast with our front.
Was it just a case of needing to get regrouped a little bit?
Well, I think just settling down and understanding what they were trying to do defensively, and then once they caught their breath and it all slowed down for them, it was business as usual.
Is that easier to do when you've got guys who have played a lot before?
Oh yeah, because they can come over and communicate with you, and we see a lot of things from the sideline that they probably don't see, and then they see a lot of things from inside. When I say inside, the center guard area, that they can come over and really communicate with us in order to get us all on the same page about where we need to be running, how we need to be running, who we need to be attacking. I think we've got a fine group that communicates well with both myself and our line coach, Thomas Awesome. So it's just good to see.
And let me ask you real quick about Hunter Atkinson. He's the old guy up there. What kind of leadership and stability does he bring to the group?
I mean, everything you can imagine. He's got great knowledge of the football game. He understands defenses, coverages, where they try to attack and what they're trying to do to whether to disguise or manipulate some blocking schemes. He's a strong leader because he practices so hard, and he's very, very consistent in his play. He's always one of our top guys that are grading out or who had played very, very well for us. So, what a tremendous man he is. He just enjoys the game of football, has a great time playing it, and also has a great time being coached. to play the game at a high level.
All right. I didn't mean to take all your time. I appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you later on.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Stan. Our next questions come from Brady Wheeler with Thursday Night. Please go ahead, Brady.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Brady.
So what stood out to you for the reasons why the defense played probably their best or most complete game against Coastal?
Did you say what do I attribute it to?
Yeah, what stood out?
We were in position to make plays. I mean, on some of their options. I mean, whether it's our corner forcing the issue, coming up and spearheading an outside run, or our linebackers fitting, our defensive linemen playing their responsibilities, being in gaps. But one of the things that I was very, very excited to see, and this has been the second time I've really seen it, is the energy and effort that they were running to the football with. You know, anytime you have a lateral running team, you've got to get guys really haul-telling, I would say, from a secondary standpoint, safety positions to your D-line, to your linebackers. And these guys were real they were free-flowing and running to the football. And when they got there, they were delivering hits.
And then looking forward to this next game against Army, their team that they run their triple option, and they're going to want to look to control the clock probably. Does it help maybe level that aspect of the game, that's something that your team's had success doing this year?
You know, when looking at Army right now, the opposing teams are averaging around 65 plays per game. So they're not truly controlling the tempo like they have been. A year ago, I think teams were averaging somewhere around 47, 48 plays a game, and now that's bumped up to 65 plus. So we're just going to see how it plays out. They've hit some bumps in the road, which we certainly hope that continues. But just knowing them and their coaching staff, that won't. But we're going to have to stay on our toes, and we may have to control the clock. We may certainly have to do that. But I think our offense and our mindset is to push it, and that's when we're most successful. So, I caught myself in a couple situations where we slow it down and we're not always that successful. So I'm ready to push the envelope. I think we're good when we're doing that. So that's going to be our mindset going into this game.